Chatting with Cherubs.
Hello and welcome back to Chatting with Cherubs. I'm Morgan Rees and I'm here with the magical
Josh Jones, and I'm here with the wonderful
Gearoid Farrelly. Hello. How are you boys?
Hello.
All
How
right.
you doing?
Good.
Good.
If I get distracted, I'm just picking me scab. I've got a scab on my arm.
Oh, God. Gearoid, how's London? Your first one in London?
I'm a London boy now. I love it. I have to say I love it. Now, I had a few weird days where I was like, what have I done? What have I done? And I was talking to
What
Josh
was the
during
things that made you go, what have I done? Because obviously you're talking to one person that loves London. I like the hustle and bustle. You've got Josh, who absolutely fucking despises it.
Right. If there's any Londoners, I'm doing a show at the Leicester Square Theatre on the 19th of November, and I don't want to offend you, but I hate where you live. It's a fucking cesspit. I hate London.
Well, when I arrived, I was just kind of like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I going into a house share? I have a very nice apartment at home. I have a partner at home. It's like, what am I doing? This is
No
insane.
adjectives for the partner. Very nice apartment and a partner.
I've got a lovely home in a brilliant country with that guy. And
with a wonderful partner who I love very much. And I was, and I come over here and I was like, why am I here? This is mental. Like, why am I on my own? It's ridiculous. So I did have a couple of hours of just being like really weirded out because, like, you know.
Well, the first couple of hours must have been really weird because he moved in, and then when he moved in, the day he moved in, I was visiting and staying at his while I was gigging in Dublin. So when he was in his new flat, I FaceTimed him from his house.
if you weren't homesick,
Yeah.
then there's Josh calling you direct there.
And my partner was like, oh, do you want a cup of tea or do you want a cup of coffee to you? And you were talking, and I was like, I don't think I have tea or coffee. It's like, that's my tea and coffee they're drinking. So it was a bit weird. But then I had this very, very strange thing happen, right?
Ooh.
So I was in this room and just feeling a bit like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This is so weird. I need to do something like, I'm in London, do something I can't do in Dublin. So it's like, oh, I'll go to a dance class, right? Because
they don't dance in Ireland, do they?
They don't dance. It's
They
it's Irish
famously
dancing.
don't dance.
That's it. Yeah. No arm movement whatsoever. It's not allowed. So I thought, okay, so I had a look, and there's this place that I went in Brixton before, so I was like, oh, I'll go do that, right? But I kind of got lost, and I have an Irish mobile, so my signal was going in and out and in and out, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to find this place? And I was just feeling like I'm getting more and more stressed, and I was kind of like, what am I doing? This is insane. I was like, oh, I'll ask somebody for help, right? So there was this woman with a guitar on her back, right? She was just walking, she was walking down, like, she seemed very cool. You know, like when you know someone's really cool. And she's like confident stride. And she walked up the steps of this like terrace building. And I just went, oh, excuse me. If you don't mind, is there any chance you could help me? And she turned around and guess who it was? It was Amelia Bullmore.
I've jogged past her when I lived in London.
Yeah.
It was very exciting. And I saw her again. So she lived near the part where I must have lived. And then there was a part of me where I was like, I could like follow her. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I did think I could follow her, but I didn't. But does she play the guitar?
She must do. I think she plays the guitar in that new Sally Wainwright thing. You know the thing about the punk women?
Oh, I feel like the guitar would be bigger than her.
Yeah, she's really tiny.
She's tiny.
My God, she looks incredible. Oh my God, she looks so cool.
Do you know what? She might be small
tell me
in
this
stature,
person. I don't know who this person.
Oh, well, she's full of talent, Morgan.
Oh, she's so incredibly talented. She's been in everything. Like she was in Scott and Bailey. She was in Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
She played the Polish girlfriend in Alan Partridge.
Yeah, when
I
they'd been
know
in a
who
caravan.
she is. Yeah.
But she played Jill in Scott and Bailey. So
And
she was like
was.
she was fucking electric.
She was brilliant.
Can I give you my favourite quote?
Oh, yeah.
She went, about as much use as an ashtray on a motorbike. Love it.
Yeah. I love it. My favorite scene with her is, the one where she's like pacing up and down and she's wearing like all of this, the overalls, like that just have her face out.
Yeah.
And she's on the phone and she's talking really cheerful. She's like, I need a van at this address and blah, blah, blah. And everyone that comes in gets more and more horrified because the wheelie bin that she's like walking up and down really cheerfully by actually contains a dead child.
Yeah, that episode was that's one of the best episodes of telly I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was unreal. But anyway, there she was. So she turned around, right? But she also wrote this radio series that I absolutely loved called Craven.
You sent me a link to it and I listened to it about a year ago. I don't know if you remember doing that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Because you couldn't get it on, was it on BBC Radio? And you couldn't get it on there anymore. And then you sent me like a link. I don't know where you got it from. But I was like, I never like illegally stream anything, but if I do, it's going to be from the woman in Scott and Bailey.
100%. Yeah, it's dark web territory. That's where I got that. But she turned around and I was kind of shocked because I was like, this is not what I need. Like, I'm having a very stressful time. I don't need to meet like one of my favorite people now. This is not, I need to just mentally deteriorate in peace. So, and I just went, you wrote Craven, didn't you? And she was like, yeah, I did, actually. So we ended up having a chat. Like, it was very weird. And she was like, this is so weird. And I was like, yeah, this is really weird. It's so very strange. But you know what the weirdest part was?
Did you tell her about me? Did you say that one of my best friends loves her to bits?
Yes, I did. 100%.
Did you actually?
This is where she pops up on the call now.
Oh my God. Girl, how did you not tell her about me? I love Scott and Bailey. I'd literally take a bullet for her and you didn't even bring me up. I'm fuming.
I was so confused. I was like, this is really strange because then we had this lovely chat, very nice chat. And then she said,
how long?
For about like 5 minutes.
And I didn't even come up once. I'm genuinely not.
Wow.
I was at your house as this happened. And you didn't tell your partner that I had a dog.
So we had this lovely chat. And then she said, how can I help you? Like, why did you stop me before we got chatting? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just a bit lost. I'm looking for this street. And she was like, what is it? And I looked at the address and I was like, it's Amelia Street. And I said, it's Amelia Street. And I went, you're Amelia. Like, I mean, I was genuinely like a cartoon character that had been hit over the head. Like, I could not string a sentence together.
Amelia Street, and you're Amelia. So
you're Amelia. So, and she was like, "Oh, I wonder is there a Gearoid Street?" And I was like, "That wasn't very funny."
Yeah, it's in Cuntsville because you don't tell your friends anything cool. You should have FaceTimed me. You're dead to me.
wow.
I should have FaceTimed you. But no signal. I saw no signal.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, Chatting with Cherub listeners. Little break for a second. I just want to tell you to like, share and subscribe for the podcast. Please leave a comment and stuff. It actually really helps us out. And send it to your mate and send it about. We're trying to grow this podcast and we want, basically we want loads more people so we can make a bit of money. If I'm being completely honest, we want to make a bit of money. So tell people. It helps us get sponsors and all that sort of crap. And if you want to see our gorgeous faces, we're also available on YouTube and there's video footage on Spotify if you want to watch it on there. But yeah, wherever you're listening, give us a like and a review, little comment. And if you're listening on Spotify, there's a little comment section. Just put good episode or something like that. Or just put Josh is so fit, well fitter than the other two. That'd be great. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.
Chatting with Cherubs.
So, talking of you lost signal, when I landed in Ireland, when I was at yours, I got to the airport and I got a text from Vodafone being like, oh, you're in another country, but, Vodafone still works, you don't have to be charged for anything, blah, blah, blah. But I had no internet. And I couldn't figure out how to get my internet on. And on that text messages, it says, oh, emergency services, call 112, right? But I didn't know that was Irish 999, and I thought it meant emergency services for Vodafone, right? So I phoned them, and they were like, do you want an ambulance or the police? Who do you need to get put through to? And I went, I need to speak to Vodafone. And then she got really angry with me. And I was like, oh, sorry, I've got the wrong number. And I put the phone down.
Do you need a fire service or the police? No, I need Vodafone.
Anyway, after about 10 minutes, I realised I didn't have on my data roaming, and I was fine.
God.
But I didn't know they had a different 999.
No, 999, 911, and 112 all work. I think it's all of the numbers in different countries work in all of the different countries.
I had no idea that.
We're very forward thinking, Josh.
I didn't know about that. Did you know 112 was emergency services?
I didn't. I had no idea that Ireland had a different one.
No, I don't. I don't think it's Ireland. I think that's somebody else's. So that we just can use that as well. I think it's somewhere in Europe or something. I don't know.
Oh no, because I googled it. I said, "What's Irish 999?" and it said you can ring 999 or 112. So I thought it was your.
Oh right. I think 911 works as well.
Do you think the gig was going to be that bad, Josh? Or?
Yeah. But yeah, I genuinely rang them. And then, do you know when you've accidentally rang the police? Because I've done that once before as well. And when you've accidentally, and then the answer, and you're like, oh no. But I should have just said wrong number straight away. But for some reason, I went, I need Vodafone. I don't know why.
And what did she say?
But then I put the phone down after that.
Yeah, I would have panicked as well.
No one checked to see if I got through to Vodafone. I didn't get a call back half an hour later.
Are you okay? We're tracking you now. Did you get your 4G? I've only called the police once. The emergency services one. I had no idea as well, and I proper panicked. I was driving down some country lanes, and it was windy, and a tree had blocked the road, like fallen across it. And if it wasn't for me being the little nanny that I was, I saw it in time. But because these sort of narrow roads are for some reason national speed limit, so you can go 70 down these windy roads. They're a death trap. I was like, right, I need to tell someone about this. And so I sort of called the emergency services, and they were like, "Hello, do you need an ambulance, fire service, police? What's the problem?" And I tried, tree. I didn't know which one does trees.
I need a woodcutter.
Yeah, I need strong people. I need.
Oh God, yeah. I've called the police quite a bit actually.
Oh,
yeah,
Karen.
Music's too loud.
Yeah.
I think that's an Irish thing. I think in Ireland, I think people are just naturally nosy, so everyone knows like the number of the local police station.
Yeah.
Oh, you call the local police station, not just the police.
Oh yeah, we just ring them up down the road. Yeah, just say something funny going on outside the shops. And then they never show up. Nothing ever happens. They go, oh yeah, we look
recognise your voice.
No problem.
Bit like that. None of them turned up with a SIM card for me neither.
Yeah. It's really bad. It's really bad for tourism, Josh. I can only apologise.
Do your police carry guns?
No.
Do they
do
in
over here,
Northern
though.
Ireland?
They do.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah.
Now over here.
Over here,
sorry.
It's more in like places where they're not just doing it everywhere. It's more like in train stations, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of police with guns since I've been here.
It might be a London thing, actually. But a lot of them now have the electric ones, the stun guns.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted to be shot by one of those. It's like I've always wanted to be hit in the face. I've always wanted to be punched by a professional boxer because I just got a morbid curiosity about it.
I did do boxing for years when I was a kid. We have spoke about this, and I will happily punch you square in the face.
We'll do it. We'll do it when we end up doing live shows. We'll do that.
I will do it, and I will not hold back.
And I'll taser you.
Yeah.
And we'll do a raffle in the audience, and whoever wins gets to kick me in the nuts.
I'm going to punch you so hard I'll let you get your sense of smell back.
Imagine that. And then Gearoid tases me and I lose it again.
You genuinely already have a broken nose, so why would you want to get punched in the face?
I cannot believe people go 12 rounds through being hit that hard. So I just want to see how hard they actually get hit.
Do you mean with a glove on?
Oh yeah, ideally with a glove. I'm not.
Oh right, okay.
I'm not. That's not like traveller fighting. It's not snatch.
I thought you wanted bare knuckle boxing fighting.
People that will come to the show will just be like, this feels very hardcore for Chatting with Cherubs. I thought there'd be like a bit of bum and a couple of Scott and Gabailey references, but this is...
No, Josh is just punching Margaret.
They're not even recording anything. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
There's no microphones.
And Josh just saying, he asked for it. It's like, that's not fair, Josh.
We might have to cut this story, but did I ever tell you about the time did I ever tell you about the time I was staying in Newcastle? This is a very sad backdrop, but the story's about two idiots talking, but the setting's horrible.
Okay.
So when I was just started comedy, I could never afford a hotel, so I just used to stay late and drive home, and I would take every gig. And there was one night I was in Newcastle, and I'd stayed the whole night. I was doing Red Raw at the stand, and I get back to my car, and unfortunately someone had thrown themselves from the building, unaliving themselves, and they landed and they clipped my car right by my car. So the car park was completely set off, and I went up to the police officer. And I said, "Oh, what's going on here?" They just reiterated it back to me. And then this really drunk Geordie came up to the police officer. I was like, "Oh, mate, what's going on here then?" And the police officer said, someone sadly committed suicide. And the guy went, "Oh, no. Are they dead?"
That's insane.
But then the police officer sort of panicked and went, yeah, they committed it to themselves.
That's mental.
And I'm just stood there, just going like, I need to be at work at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
How do I not know that?
I must have told you. I don't know. There was a few years at the start of our career, but we weren't close. So I mustn't have told you.
No, but we have been close for a good 5 years.
Yeah, I am shocked this hasn't come up.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe it's on the podcast. I brought it up.
In our 10-year friendship, yeah, not that close. Last 5 years, pretty close. I would have, close enough for you to say, in my head, you're going to be you're going to be like in my life forever. I thought you would have said, yeah, the man jumped out of a window, landed on my car. That might have come up once.
Sorry.
The amount of boring shit we know about each other.
Yeah, that is true.
I know the most boring shit about you and vice versa.
Remember when I used to live in the garden? When I lived in the shed? I used to get frogs in my room, and that was the worst.
My God.
Renting in London.
Oh, yeah.
Frogs.
And because frogs don't, you think they go, ribbit.
How much did you pay to live in a shed in London?
I think it was £800.
Oh
yeah.
My God!
This is what is the world coming to?
That's what I'm
They
paying
scream. Here. Frogs scream.
They do not.
So you just be in your room and you just hear.
Yeah, watching Morgan shagging.
Trying to leap away.
Yeah.
In the window like a fly.
When I was in Africa, we were making this documentary, and
name drop. Let me just pick up that continent.
Oh please, if I could go back, that is nothing
really?
to drop. I would not ever have gone on that trip. It was horrific. But one of the worst thing that happened was we were staying in, I think it was Ambosella. We were staying in these like cabins in like kind of on a reservation. Now my big fear is snakes.
Same.
I can't look at pictures. I can't.
No.
Oh my God. It just like, I start to panic. But, and I even had it when I was talking to the production company, because we were originally going somewhere else, not Africa. I was like, if this is a real, like, loads of snakes, I can't go. I'm just not interested. I'm terrified. Anyway, they were like, no, don't be silly. But anyway, it got changed to Africa. And again, I asked the question. They were like, no, it's fine. And I was going to bed. I was taking my jeans off, and then had been a few of those, those little lizardy things kind of just wandering around the room. And I was like, oh God, this is gross. But I was just getting in onto the geckos. Yeah. I was going to just get in under, they have that mosquito net thing. And I was like, I'll be all right under there. They won't get in under there. And I was taking my trousers off, and I looked, and I saw like a little tail. And then I was like, oh God, there's one under the mat.
It was a snake.
And then I looked at the tail and realized that it went out and under the door. And like there was actually this, this grey, like kind of little snake thing in my room. I lost my fucking mind. I ran out with my trousers down, knocked on the producer's cabin the next door. And
you want to see a snake? Look at this.
It rattles if you want it to.
Why is that snake crying? Yellow venom.
Oh my God, I had an absolute meltdown. I ended up having to sleep on a bed. Well, I didn't sleep. I just sat on a bed in her room all night. And then the next morning she had to like go in. I mean, it was so, God love the poor woman. I ended up having to buy her a present when we came home, because she was amazing. But like she went in, she was like taking everything out of my case, because I'd left my bag open. I'd left the door of the cabin open. Oh God, it was the most stressful
thing. I've been
thing.
to South Africa, and I do want to go Africa again. I really want to go Morocco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks fun. I'm terrified of snakes. That's why I was scared to go Australia and everything. I was like, oh, this is terrifying.
What is it specifically about them?
I feel like the aliens that have been dropped on the planet.
Yeah,
I feel like that about octopuses. I'm scared of octopuses for exactly that same reason.
I just can't.
The fact that they can get their own little body in like they're huge, but they can fit through tiny holes.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. I just really can't wrap my head around snakes. Did I tell you about what? So when I were younger, I went on holiday. So we stayed just outside of Magaluf, and that could then like travelled in every other day. And we were staying in this thing. This hotel resort thing, a thing. Fucking hell, I'm thick as fuck. Anyway, we were staying in this.
No, you're not, Josh. None of that, please.
We were staying in this hotel, but they had like a different show on each night, And one night were like a reptile man, and I said, "Thank you very much, not for me. Yous all go watch it, and I'll go to the outside bar," because they had a slushie machine, and I got quite into vodka slushies, right?
Oh,
when
nice.
I was 18. So I said, I'll go have some vodka slushies, smoke some cigs, and you go watch this show. But what I didn't know, so my mates were sat in the front row, and then they did the show, and it was near the end, and the guy said, who in here is like genuinely terrified of snakes? And my friend Danny was like, my mate is, but he's so scared he won't come in. So he sat in the bar outside waiting for it to be done. And then he said, so there's about 50 people in this room or whatever. He said, right, let's all like go outside and pretend the show's done, and then get your mate back in. Right. So they came out and was like, oh, it's done, blah, blah, blah. Come sit inside. And I went, no, I'm not coming in if he's still there. And he went, no, Josh, like everything's in boxes. He's packing up, blah, blah, blah.
God.
So we come in, I sit where they were sat, and then the bloke comes back on stage, and it was all like a lie to get, and then it was like, we're getting you on stage to me. So then they dragged me on stage, and I was like, this was my first ever gig, really. And then I was like, crying. Everyone was pissing themselves laughing though, because I was like, fuck this is fuck off. What are you doing? Like, nah, I'm not fucking doing that. Don't put a steak up, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, like, peer pressure like I did it, but I was just like swearing like a trooper, just like fucking hell. So, and he put something on my shoulder and I went, ugh. But it was like a toy. It were a toy snake, right? Then the guy's pissing himself laughing. Everyone I know there's pissing himself laughing. Families I don't know, all of them just pissing himself laughing at me. I'm like, no, fuck this. And then he put a real snake on my shoulders and I was sobbing.
That is horrendous.
Sobbing. And everybody there was laughing at me.
Do you know what I think should happen in that situation? You should have gone and you should have hacked at a gas main and blown up that whole room and the world would be a better place.
Yeah, but it was just 18-year-old mates like having a prank. But looking back at it, that was actually really mean.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of glad it happened though, because I'm not as scared of them now. I'm still terrified.
Yeah. And it birthed your love of the stage.
Yeah, that was my first gig. People were laughing, and then a few years later, I had to go back for the laughs. Maybe that was it. That could have.
And that's why Josh cries all the way through his performances. To get everyone laughing. It's the only way he knows how.
That's so scary. I did once see one when I was in Los Angeles. I saw one on Venice Beach, just on the boulevard. There was a guy with one wrapped around him, and I lost my mind. I just started like power walking, and I couldn't stop for about an hour. Had to get an Uber back to my friends.
I've been the pranker when it's gone wrong. I've been the other side of it. There was a boy at university that had a phobia of cereal. And
oh my God.
Cereal.
I remember I know, less believable one than you guys and reasonable one. But
Which one though? Like Cheerios,
all cereal, Cheerios, Frosties. So he once had one night, he was going on a date that was likely going to end up in sex. This was when there was 20 people to a dorm. So he left his room open. So I emptied his condom box and I put a couple of Weetabixes in. And so we all knew about this. And so we heard him come through the door and we all scattered from the kitchen into our rooms. And we were all just like ears pressed to our doors. And all of a sudden, you hear a man scream, just, ah! A smack, and then the girl starts screaming. And we go, oh no, what's happened? And we sort of rush in. She starts asking for help. We rush in. It turns out he'd got down to it. He'd pulled the cereal out, screamed, fainted, hit his head. Then she started screaming. And I'm there feeling and then we haven't. Luckily, he came too. But the thing that did make us laugh was he was completely naked and she was completely clothed. But we felt awful.
So he was fully naked and she still had her shoes on, basically.
Yeah, I think she'd just taken her shoes off.
She definitely got dressed before she went for an ambulance.
Oh yeah,
100%. She was naked and she put all her clothes on.
He wasn't like knocked out cold. He was just like he just hit his head.
Oh my!
Did you see her again?
Oh yeah, we saw her for the next 4 years. But yeah.
Oh, did she become like his girlfriend?
No, he was forever known the person that.
Yeah, we're going to say. Did they shag again? That's it. Nah. You can't be letting someone come inside you scared of fucking multi-packs. No. Can't.
There's just no way. I mean, if you saw someone scream at a Weetabix, it's just, there isn't a bigger
I feel really guilty. It was a naughty thing to do. I would do nothing like that again.
Because that's one of those fears where you're like, nah, he's having us on.
Yeah. There's a lot of them I don't believe. Although there is a thing called trypophobia. Have you heard of that? It's basically like
holes.
Yeah, it's a fear of like these little holes.
Oh yeah, when like Swiss cheese and stuff.
Yeah. One of my friends has it, and she can't look at pancakes. You know, like if she's making pancakes for her kids, like the way the little holes start to form, she starts to get all queasy.
What if they have if she's in like a really good mirror and she's not got great pores?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Right. What about that?
Yeah.
Well,
Or she wants to look
she's
at my
phenomenal
CV.
skin.
There's plenty of holes in that.
Yeah. Do you know one thing that it wasn't a fair, but I didn't like walking round IKEA. I didn't like walking round IKEA because I felt like the aisle thing was dead thin, and then I remember when I was a kid trying to get past this woman and my eye nearly getting taken out by one of the cabinets, and I was like, oh, because I couldn't get past her, and I thought that were a fair, but it's not. I've been in since. Quite like IKEA, actually. But that's not a very good story, actually. If you cut that bit. Not everything can be gold. Do you know what I mean? There was no snakes in IKEA.
Yeah. Wow. We've got to keep that one in.
Yeah.
If you want more of that, Josh is on tour at the moment. You can see that live.
Yeah, well, I do take photos with people after the tour. I didn't do it in Carlisle, sorry, Carlisle, but I do take photos with people after the tour. So if you want to hear more about IKEA, come chat to me about it. I'll tell you all about it in real life.
That's true. Where if you've ever wondered why Chatting with Cherubs is so solidly funny, it's because we cut those things out.
Not this week, though. This week, you're getting it all.
I know, we're going to cut it out.
No, we
got to keep
Leave
it in.
We got to keep that in.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Chatting with Cherubs. Chatting with Cherubs is out every Thursday, and we have a bonus episode out every Tuesday. I'm on tour at the moment. You can get tickets at joshjonescomedy.com. I'm going to be announcing some extra dates for next year soon, so keep a look. Keep an eye on my social media. But apart from that, thank you very much, Gearoid.
Thank you very much, Josh. I will be on tour in the UK and Barcelona. I'm doing a Barcelona show in December, but I will be doing UK dates in January. I've got a London, Liverpool, a few others, and there's going to be a couple more coming. Bristol, Birmingham, I think, and also I have another podcast called Agony Rants, and I'm Substack. I started a Substack a while ago, and I trailed off there during the summer, but I've got a new one coming up this week. So yeah, follow me on Substack.
Brilliant. And I also have another podcast called My Bad with Morgan and Rees. I'm also taping my last tour show, Turning Thursday, in Bristol on the Saturday 8th of November at the Gaff in Bristol. And I also have something big to announce on the 20th of October. So sign up to my mailing list for exclusive access. But otherwise, we'll see you all next week. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
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 Chatting with Cherubs.